Alrighty guys, this is Psychus from Devil Squad on MI6, bringing you another episode of What Are the Callouts? So, this map is Caspian Border Small Conquest. I'm going to start from the US deployment side and kind of work our way around the map. First thing, going to get a Jeep, because this map is very big, and if I was about to walk the whole thing, yeah, this would be a very long video, and I don't want to waste everybody's time. So, first thing we got to notice is that there's a stream right here as we exit the U.S. deployment. This part of the stream isn't so important, but it does become an important marker further up the road just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and call this a stream. Moving along, we immediately touch the highway. The highway runs all the way from the U.S. deployment all the way through Delta. This area right here that we're coming up on, if you check it, you see the road signs. We're just going to call these signs. So whenever you're at Alpha and you spot some tanks or some Jeeps or whatever at the signs, you can give a brief call out as to what's going on. Alrighty, this takes us to our next area. Right here, we have the double stacks. This is called the A double stacks. Level 2, level 1, up and down. There's only one double stack on Alpha, so there wasn't a need to give it some kind of special name. It's just a double stack. Then we approach these crates. These crates right here are the cramp crates for this. Yeah, it's kind of a funny name, but it is helpful when deciding exactly which crates you're at on Alpha. Third, we come upon the A office. It's an office building. That's all it is. Pretty simple. After the office, we run around the back of this truck here, and we see Alpha Warehouse. Pretty simple. It's a warehouse. Stuff is stored in it. Back this way, this area right here that I'm pointing at, we're going to call those the toll booths. Try to be as descriptive as possible when you're telling your teammates where within the toll booths you are or where within the toll booths you got killed from or killed at. Moving across the road, we have got the hyena crates. These ones right here. They're white. They say hyena all over them. They are a completely different set of crates from these over here. These crates over here are the ship it crates. As you can see right here, there's a container right here that says ship it. There's a container up there that says ship it. So just, again, try to be informative as to where you got killed inside of them. Now, moving over this way a little bit, we're going to come upon a trailer. I don't expect there to be a whole lot of action in Conquest Small over here, but it is an important point. The really cool part about the trailer is it's away from things, but still really close to Alpha, so it's a great place to put down a spawn beacon if you are the squad holding down Alpha. It gives you a much better reaction time versus, alright, got to work my way back from deployment. So, and again, I'm heading through the toll booths right now. I left a Jeep over there. I don't know if it's still over there or if it blew up. Over here is a new Jeep, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Next portion that we're going to come across is the border. So this is the border between two countries. It's very simply put, it's the border, guys. Anywhere in it. So be aware. The other thing that I kind of want to point out before we get too much further into this video is, again, as we pointed out in the Ascend Crossing video, let's be aware of what direction we're pointing. When you spawn in the U.S. deployment, you're facing south. The U.S. deployment is at the very north end of this map. If you can see the way I'm pointing, down in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see my direction. I am facing north. So if I'm facing north now, I'm now facing south. This is east, and this is west. Two big landmarks. North, if you're looking north, you should be looking somewhere in the direction of the U.S. Spawn. If you're looking east, you should be looking towards the side of the map with the antenna on it. If you're looking south, you should be looking somewhere in the direction of the Russian spawn. And if you're looking west, you'll be looking at the mountains off in the distance. There's not really a whole lot there. So let's hop back in our Jeep. So again, that is the border. Be careful of it. Know what's going on. Let's head up to Charlie. Actually, before we get to Charlie too far, on this side of the map, we're going to call this area over here the parking lot. Now be descriptive of where they are. Be descriptive of where you are. Are you in the crates on the parking lot? Are you in the parking lot near the truck? Are you in the parking lot warehouse? Just try to be descriptive of where you are. Are you in the toll booths on the parking lot? Moving across the highway, we're going to come across the A checkpoint or Alpha checkpoint. Again, are you in the crates on the Alpha checkpoint? Are you in one of the trailers at Alpha checkpoint? Are you in the tower on Alpha checkpoint? Kind of where are you on the map? Be descriptive. Be as descriptive as possible. There are a lot of little nooks and crannies on this map, and it's a very wide open map, so try to be as descriptive as possible. Now, this road that I'm running on right now is actually one road, but it splits at Charlie. So from this side, we're going to call this Charlie North, right? This is C Road North. Reason we call it that is this is the road on the north side of Charlie that leads to Charlie. We head up there, and there's a couple of nooks and crannies and everything like that. The one thing that I want you guys to be aware of is the route up to the C Rocks, to the Charlie Rocks. There's a pathway up here. It's very commonly used in order to keep yourself off the roads and kind of exposed, especially once this tower has come down. Let me show you guys what I mean. When I bring this tower down, it's going to take it just a second to fall. It's going to come down, and it's actually going to provide us some really awesome cover and some really awesome hiding spots for capping Charlie. I'm in a burn point on Charlie now, and I can crouch and I can get in here. Now there is a point in which you're exposed in one aspect because you don't have a whole lot of movement. But if you stay still and your opponent isn't specifically looking for you underneath it, they'll have no idea you're there, and you're burning Charlie and you're done. There's a little utility closet on Charlie. There's, a small crate and a couple of cramp crates on Charlie. There's the Charlie office and another utility closet. Also around the back side of Charlie, you've got the bucket. And then over here, you have the water tank. Just be wary of these places. Know they're there. Know how to call them out. And know how to tell your team where you're at. Now, like I said, I'm facing north. There's a road. There's some sandbags on it, so you can take a little bit of cover, maybe if somebody's bringing a Jeep or whatever up. But if a tank's on its way to you, do not try to cover behind these sandbags. It's just going to obliterate you. On the other side, we've got Charlie South. This road leads back down to the highway. Both sides do. Charlie South leads down to the highway. There's, again, an option to get up to the Charlie Rocks and over here to this second stream. Now, the first stream we called Alpha Stream because it pretty much touches Alpha. It takes you from US deployment to Alpha. This stream we're going to call Bravo Stream because even though it does wrap around Charlie's way up the hill. If we just follow the stream, it actually takes us pretty much right next to Bravo. So, be aware of it. People will sometimes take it. For some odd reason, it gets kind of hard to necessarily spot people, or people won't notice you if you're in the stream. I don't know if it's the reflection in the water or what, but people tend to miss it. As for Bravo, you've got a little hiding spot here. Leaves you pretty exposed, but it does give you some cover. On Bravo, there's a lot of rocks, guys, so we've got to be careful. Whenever anybody's playing this map, you've always got to be careful, and you've got to keep your eye out on these rocks. If you've got a squad of 4, that means you've got a squad that should be on Bravo watching all 4 directions, not a squad that's on Bravo watching this set of rocks. That's not helpful. There should be 4 of you set up watching every direction. So, over here, you've got the East Rocks. Over here, you've got the North Rocks. Over here, you've got the West Rocks. And these rocks over here are all South Rocks. I realize it's a big area to cover and say, oh, they're on the South Rocks. And, well, which side of South Rocks are they on? Just look. You'll see somebody moving. It at least gives you somewhat of a heads up. Now, I don't really think I'm missing too much on the Bravo flag, but there is a little bit back here that I kind of want to go over. So there's a pathway that I'm running down right now. I wanted to call it a road, but it's really not. It's just a pathway. It is another way into Bravo besides going through the rocks. So we call this the pathway. Simply put, it's a pathway. Pathway leads to this road. Now, what do we call this road? We have to have a name for every road in Battlefield because it helps you. It gives you directions. This road right here is on the south side of the border. So we're going to call this Border South. On the other side of the border, there's another road that follows it, just like a highway access road. We're going to call that Border North. This road right over here. Maybe. I will take this out with a quick RPG. This is Border North, right? Border North allows you to get to Alpha from the antenna, as well as it gives you access to this bridge. When you're infantry and you're not in a vehicle, this bridge is actually pretty helpful. There's a lot of protection here. There's a crate that you can get into and just hide out for a second, or put a spawn beacon in. Be careful of these. Always pop them before you get near them, because it doesn't give the other team a kill, but it does take you out of the battle. So keep in mind the bridge area. Moving back over the border, we're going to head back towards Bravo. Sorry guys, I'm on foot. I know it takes forever to get from point to point on this map if you're just on foot. But I'd rather be on foot and take forever than be in a car and maybe miss something. So again, I'm coming up on the which set of rocks? I'm coming up on the north rocks. The pathway over to Bravo is right over there. And then right in here is a great way to get into the north rocks to take out anybody sitting at Bravo. A quick grenade right over there will tell you if there's anybody hiding. You don't even have to expose yourself. Just pop one over there. Even if it doesn't kill them, yeah, it alerts them to your presence, but it also alerts you to their presence. Moving up border south, we will come upon the checkpoint, I think is what we called it. No, we called this the crossing. Sorry about that, guys. So moving up on the crossing, we've got it's a big area, okay? So there's 2 towers on the crossing. There's some concrete embankments on the crossing as well. There's a trailer over there by the antenna. Kind of be descriptive of which one you're in. There's a yellow crate, so that gives us an immediate understanding of where they are at crossing. And then there's a little tin roof, okay? Anytime we're in one of these buildings, we're going to refer to it to a tin roof, okay? Pretty simple stuff. Moving along this road, we're going to call this Antenna Road. Why would we call it Antenna Road? Because it takes you straight to the antenna. It will lead you from the antenna through crossing all the way up to Delta. Let's move down Delta. Let's move down Antenna Road. There is a ridge line right here of rocks that people love to hide in if there's a firefight. Well, let me get someplace where I can actually get up there. So moving along, we get up here to what we call ridge line. This rocks, it's all ridge line. So kind of try to be specific. Are they on the north side of ridge line? Are they on the south side of ridge line? Kind of take this area right here, this tree, as your point of reference. Are they north or south of that tree? If they're on this side, if they're closer to the U.S. deployment, they're north. If they're closer to Delta, they're south. So let's keep moving. And there's this giant field over here by Ridgeline. If they're in the field, just say they're in the field behind Ridgeline. It's pretty simple. So moving into Delta, there's actually Delta's kind of a little village to me because there's so many buildings. So in Delta, we've got a lot of different areas. Right now, I'm in the area that I like to call the water tower. Okay, there's a tin roof in here. There's a water tower. There's a yellow bucket. Again, these are all very descriptive terms, right? This building right here, we'll call it Water Tower 1, okay? And then that building, Water Tower 2, tin roof on the water tower. Moving across the street. Now, for those of you guys who don't realize what street I'm crossing, this is the highway. Like I said, this goes from one end of the map all the way to the other. It takes us through Delta, takes us over to Charlie, takes us all the way back to Alpha, and then all the way to the U.S. deployment. It is the quickest way to get to from the U.S. deployment to Delta. This area, we're going to call it the junkyard. There's a broken down bus. There's a car. There's another car over here somewhere. Yeah, back over there underneath that tin roof. There's random crates laying around, and there's a couple houses. So just kind of be descriptive of which one you're in. We'll go ahead and give these specific names. So this is Junkyard 1, Junkyard 2, and tin roofs. I'm in the bus on Junkyard somewhere. You know, kind of be descriptive. There's a yellow bucket. There's water crate or water tanks. There's all kinds of stuff. This road, again, it's Antenna Road. Don't let it mess you up just because it's on the other side of just because it's on the other side of the highway here. If they're on this part of the road, just say they're on Antenna Road next to the Russian deployment. Alrighty, so over here we have the whole Delta area. If you notice, I'm still in a burn zone. That burn zone disappears way over here. Right here is the end of that burn zone. See how I just started burning? So I don't have to be anywhere near Delta to burn it. Right here, you have Delta House. Right here, you have Delta Complex. Over on this side of the street, you've got the gas station, which I'm about to make go explodey. This is the gas house. Tin roof on Delta. And then back here, you've got the garage. It's a garage. It's the only one we call the garage in the whole game, so please don't start throwing garage around just because you're in the gas house and you're in a garage. Know that that building right there is the only one we call garage in the whole map. So that takes us through Delta. There's a yellow bucket here. There's a blue cramp container. And there's one last big area where I think we'll probably see a lot of heat in this game, and I call it the jungle. Because to me it is one. The trees everywhere. There's cover everywhere. So in here, we have to worry about one thing and one thing only. If you're moving through here as a squad, you've got to move through here and keep your eye on your compass. You need to be aware at all times that right now I'm facing exactly south. Right now I'm facing exactly north. So when you die or if you get shot, you say picked north, picked south, blah, 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 blah. You give those descriptive terms. I think that kind of sums it up. If there's anything else, I'll kind of follow it up in another video or in a document. Anyway, guys, it's been fun, and we will talk to you later.